The movie opens with a group of masked men wearing clown masks going in to rob a bank. As they rob the bank, each guy continues to take out one another. In the end, there is just one clown left. He takes off his mask to reveal it's the Joker. He escapes in a school bus. We are shown criminals being intimidated by the bat signal. We go to a drug bust with the Scarecrow. Batman shows up to bust the criminals and capture Scarecrow. He also ties up copycat Batman who are trying to help him. Batman meets with Gordon where the robbery took place. Gordon tells him it was the Joker. But right now, they are more concerned with busting the entire mob, and Batman says the Joker can wait. He's just one man. We go to Bruce's new Batcave where he is researching the robbery. We are reminded Wayne Manor was burnt down by Ra's al Ghul, but it is currently being rebuilt. Rachel Dawes and Harvey Dent are in court together, trying to put away another mob boss, Maroni. We learn they are in a relationship, and Bruce appears to be a little jealous. Harvey Dent meets with Gordon. They discuss Gordon's relationship with Batman, and Harvey wants to meet with him. Gordon says he can't really trust Harvey or anyone in his office because of the corruption. However, Harvey makes a solid case that he is in fact a good guy and trying to do right by the city of Gotham. Bruce, Rachel, and Harvey have dinner together. Bruce questions Harvey to try to get a better sense of if he is legit or not. Ultimately, Bruce feels he can trust Harvey. He feels Harvey can be the face of Gotham, the face that Batman cannot be. The mob discusses the robbery with one of their money laundering partners, Lau. They say now that the Joker has robbed them, the cops have been able to identify their money and are attempting to seize it. Lau, however, says he has already moved all of their money to a safe location, so the cops can't get it. Just then, the Joker walks in. He tells them he knows why they have their meetings during the day and why they are afraid to go out at night. It's the Batman. He tells them he will kill the Batman for them, but for a cost. The mob bosses laugh in his face when he asks for half their money. Joker tells them to give him a call when they are ready to discuss serious business. Harvey Dent, Gordon, and Batman meet. They discuss Lau and how he's on his way back to Hong Kong where they can't get him. They say they need him to convict the mob bosses. Batman says he can get him. He has no jurisdiction. He meets with Fox for some new gear and prepares for his trip to Hong Kong. Meanwhile, Joker continues to recruit for his army. He kills Gamble, one of the mob bosses. Batman breaks into Lau's office building in Hong Kong and captures him. He escapes with Lau and brings him back to Gotham. Batman ties him up and leaves a note for Gordon. Rachel Dawes interrogates Lau. He says he won't give up the money, but he will give up the mob bosses. We see them all go to trial as the judge sentences 549 criminals at once. Harvey meets with the mayor of Gotham. The mayor tells him how crazy this sentencing is and most of these criminals will be back out on the street. But Harvey says it's a good first step. Just then we see one of the copycat Batman hit the window, dead and hanging from a rope. He's covered in Joker face paint and has a Joker card that says, "Will the real Batman please stand up?" The news broadcast shows a video of the Joker torturing this man before killing him. He tells everyone he wants the Batman to reveal himself, and if he doesn't, people will die every day until he does. Bruce holds a fundraiser for Harvey Dent. Gordon has discovered the Joker's next targets. He is going after the judge who sentenced the mob, the police chief, and Harvey Dent. Gordon sends units to all of the locations. Gordon himself heads to the police chief. As he's telling him about the Joker's threat, the chief takes a sip from his glass, but the glass is poisoned. He is killed. We also see the judge being escorted by 2 police officers. However, when she gets in the car, it explodes. The Joker kills her too. Bruce grabs Harvey and hides him, just as we see the Joker show up at Harvey's fundraiser. The Joker threatens Rachel in order to find Harvey. He throws her out the window, but Batman saves her. Bruce continues to research more about the Joker. Gordon discovers the next target is the mayor. Bruce tries to figure out the Joker's location. Bruce figures it out and he gets to the location. He discovers officers stripped of their uniforms and tied up. They tell him someone took their guns and uniforms. We see the mayor giving a speech while officers give a gun salute. Just then, the Joker, who is wearing the officer's uniform, fires at the mayor. Gordon jumps in front of him and protects him, but is killed doing so. The Joker gets away. Batman busts his way into Maroni's nightclub and confronts him. He demands to know where he can find the Joker. But Maroni tells him the Joker's a psycho and nobody is going to cross him. The only way to get the Joker to come out is for the Batman to take off his mask. We see Harvey Dent grabbing one of Joker's men. He is starting to lose it. He is pissed the Joker killed Gordon. He also demands to know where the Joker is. We see him use a coin to determine this man's fate, but Batman steps in to stop him. Batman tells Harvey if anyone saw this, everything that Harvey stood for would be ruined. Batman tells him he is going to reveal his face to stop the Joker. Harvey demands not to. Just as he is about to reveal himself at a press conference, Harvey steps in and says that he is the Batman. The cops arrest Harvey. Harvey tells Rachel he is just doing this to draw the Joker out. He hopes Batman steps in and saves him. When they transfer Harvey to a prison, the Joker attacks, as expected. Batman comes through and stops the Joker. But he doesn't do it alone. We see Gordon show up and help take down the Joker and rescue Harvey. Harvey tells the press he knew the real Batman would do the right thing. He gets in a car and is driven away. While Gordon and Batman interrogate the Joker, we learn Harvey Dent never made it home. We also learn he has taken Rachel Dawes. Batman takes the interrogation into his own hands. The Joker gives him the location of both Rachel and Harvey. Batman says he is going after Rachel. Gordon goes toward Harvey. Harvey and Rachel are strapped to a chair in a room full of explosives. We see the Joker able to escape from his cell. He ignites the bombs and Rachel is killed. Batman, who meant to save Rachel, ends up saving Harvey just in time, but half of his body is burnt from the gas. The Joker grabs Lau, who is still in jail, and escapes. We learn Rachel was planning on marrying Harvey. Harvey is destroyed now that he has lost Rachel, and he has nothing left to live for. Bruce is also devastated. He was hoping for the chance to be with Rachel. This also pushes him over the edge, and he now will do anything it takes to find the Joker. One of the employees at Wayne Enterprises named Coleman Reese claims he knows who the Batman is. He goes on a talk show to reveal the truth to put an end to the Joker's madness. But just as he is about to, the Joker calls in and tells him he has changed his mind. Now he wants someone to kill Coleman Reese. He says if someone doesn't do it in 60 minutes, he will blow up a hospital. Gordon rushes everyone to evacuate all hospitals in Gotham. He also sends units to protect Coleman Reese. We see people trying to attack Reese as he is being protected by police. Bruce also steps in to save Reese. He plays it off like it was an accident. The Joker goes to talk with Harvey. He convinces him to take things into his own hands. He converts Harvey Dent into Two-Face. The Joker blows up the hospital as everyone is already evacuated. He airs another broadcast where he is threatening a reporter. The Joker wants the people of Gotham to get into the game, as he says. He says if you don't want to be in the game, get out of the city now. But the bridge and tunnel crowd are in for a surprise. Harvey goes to see the officer who picked up Rachel for the Joker. He says it must have been Maroni's men, but that's all he knows. Harvey doesn't believe him. He gives him a chance to live. but of course he kills him. Harvey then goes to meet with Maroni. Maroni tells Harvey this was the Joker's fault, but Harvey just wants to know which dirty cop grabbed Rachel. Harvey kills the driver and Maroni's limo crashes. Gotham City starts to evacuate. On 2 ferries leaving the city, they discover explosive barrels with a key. One ferry full of regular people and one full of Gotham criminals. The Joker appears on the speaker. He tells them they have the remote to blow up the other boat, and if one boat blows up the other by midnight, they will be let go. The people on both boats debate whether they should blow up the other boat or not. Batman and the police are getting ready to take down the Joker. Batman goes in first. He takes out Joker's men, who are disguised as hostages. He stops the cops from taking out the hostages, who are disguised as clowns. Batman and the Joker face off. Right before the boats are supposed to explode, we see the people of Gotham choosing not to murder the people on the other boat. Joker is annoyed. Batman takes him down. While tied up, he tells him how he has changed Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent calls Gordon and tells him he has his family. Harvey tells Gordon he wants to show him what it feels like to lose someone you love the most. He blames Gordon, along with everyone else, for Rachel's death. Harvey threatens to kill Gordon's son, but Batman steps in and is able to save him. They kill Harvey Dent. Gordon and Batman discuss that if people knew what Harvey Dent did, all of his work will be undone. All the criminals locked up would be released, and they cannot allow that to happen. Batman says he can take the fall for Harvey's murder, and he can take the fall for all the people that Harvey has murdered since Breaking Bad. He says he can be the hero Gotham deserves. Gordon calls it in, and the cops chase Batman. Batman takes off into the night. The end.